Hey guys, Carlz0r here, and today we're going to be playing Escape Goat 2. Yes, another goat-themed game on my channel, as if all the Goat Simulator videos that I've been posting lately have not been enough. This is the sequel to, as you probably guessed, Scapegoat, which is a series of puzzle platformer games. This one being heavily based on the original in its gameplay elements, but it does bring a whole new series of levels and new art style that some people are digging and some people don't really care for to the table. I think the art style is fine. Anyway, this is the map screen. Oh, which leads me to another small topic that I want to cover, is that the first game had a level editor that was pretty popular. People like to use it to create and share levels with each other. Being a puzzle platformer, it was a very robust level editor that allowed you to create basically anything that you could play in the campaign. This game does not have that yet. I heard that it's in the works and it's supposed to be released eventually, because it is a popular feature and the developers want to make sure that that is available to the players. It's not available at this time, however, at the time of recording this video, so I would check someplace like maybe the Steam forums or something if you're considering buying this and if that's an important feature to you, to make sure that it has come out before you purchase it. If it's not an important feature to you and you just want to play through the campaign, then go ahead and pick it up now. Anyway, this is the map screen, which I'm going to try to explain the layout of a little bit here. You start out in this little area down here, this map, and you work your way through a series of introductory puzzles, just simple stuff that teaches you how to play the game, until you get here, the spine of the stronghold. And they call it that because all of these levels are interlocked, but it also branches out in different directions. Let me show you how that works. Each one of these, you have the option of going up through a door at the top, or you can go to the level over on the left or right side, which in this case is located over here. Now, why would you do that rather than just progressing upward towards the end of the game? Is, well, part of the fun of playing these games is to explore all the levels and complete all the puzzles. I mean, that's why you bought a game, is to play the levels. But also because at the end of each one of these series of levels, which kind of works its way around like this, in this case, there is an animal spirit sort of thingy that you have to free. I haven't been paying that much attention to the story, but I think that's basically what it is. You go and you talk to this thing, it releases a soul, you pick it up right here, and you can use it in the spine to unlock the door to the next area. Sometimes you have to go through, and sometimes it seems like you already have enough. You can skip an area if you want to. The game is kind of lenient in that way, but you can't skip too many times because eventually you'll need more of these soul things to open up the next door. Also, on the final level of each one of these areas, there will be another door available. Normally, collecting the animal spirit will just teleport you out of the level, but you can come back later when you have more of these animal spirits and unlock another door that will lead you into an area that kind of branches off of this area that you just completed. And it'll be along the same theme. This will be more forest levels in this case. So, not only do you have to complete, you know, a series of levels like this if you want to, you can also go and complete yet more of the same and collect even more souls. That's another way that if you can't progress through a level that you're stuck on currently in the main run of these little side areas, you can go back to these earlier ones and see if you're able to unlock another one and progress through these stages, which I've only done in the case of the first level here. I was able to go through this passage and complete it in order to unlock the next series of these overgrown pathway levels and get another animal spirit. But I have more than enough souls to progress on to the next area of the game, which will be this brown area to the left of my little icon there. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to have to go in here briefly and go out to the quit. I'm going to start a new game just to show you guys a little bit of the early storyline here if you're curious about that, the introductory and tutorial stages, so that I can show you guys some gameplay without spoiling too much of the puzzles and stuff here. We don't want to show off anything that will give away too many solutions beyond just the early parts of the game. So as a goat, you're able to jump, double jump around to navigate the stage. This thing up here was a switch that I hit in order to shift these blocks around over here so that I'm able to reach the key, which will unlock the exit for me. Sometimes there's one key, sometimes there's more than one key, and you'll have to collect all the keys that you can see on the screen in order to open the door to the next stage. So that can often be part of the solution, is figuring out how to get all the keys and not just one. Need come taking a nap just ahead. So we hit that switch and we see that things in the level have changed a little bit, allowing us now to access this area here. Next logical course of action would be to hit that switch and make our way up through this next thing that has opened its passageway for us. And as you can see, a lot of things move in this game, and it can be a little bit confusing in later stages, keeping track of everything that's going on screen. But so far, I haven't really had any problems completing any stages. There's been a couple times that I got momentarily stuck. There was even one time where I thought a stage was broken because I was just too stupid to figure out how to beat it at first. But after sitting there for about 10 minutes and staring at it, I figured it out. It wasn't too bad. So, yeah, that is a failure condition right there. That is what you're not supposed to do. It's telling me here to use the right trigger, or whatever the keyboard equivalent button would be, to dash across here. And we want to dash back rather than hit those buttons. Double jump up here, and now it's going to tell you that you can dash to break fragile blocks like these wooden blocks here. We have this kind of omnipresent being that's talking to us occasionally through the scrolls on the walls. But mostly, you can ignore that. It's not really integral to beating the game in most cases. If you're interested in the story, you can read them. If not, then it's no big deal. Ooh. That's like the first time that we're really, truly in danger here, besides that pitfall that I fell into earlier. This is where we get our rat companion. And we summon him with the B button. And he'll crawl around the place, and he's able to hit switches for us and stuff. You're also able to collect power-ups that will give him even more abilities as you progress through the game. They're temporary, though, so in most stages you only have to concern yourself with either flinging him up in the air, letting him go where you stand to let him crawl that way, or holding down and pressing the B button in order to make him stay in place, which is useful for switches that will click and unclick themselves based on whether there's something currently sitting on top of them. If you need to leave your mouse, or rat, or whatever he is someplace, then that is the way you do that. It's still early in the morning. I'm not making much sense when I speak with my words and say things with my face. So, a couple of gameplay elements come together here to show us some new things that we can do, such as breaking open crates and then releasing our mouse through these tiny holes, which we are not able to get to. Even if we could jump that high, that is too narrow for our character to pass. But the rat can go, hit switches for us, open up more options for us. He can also go up here and hit this golden switch for us, which will probably do something useful. Ah yes, it revealed this switch to us, which moves things around just enough for us to be able to squeak on through here. These things right here, I believe are... I thought they were explosive. I guess they just roll. Never mind. That's going to be necessary to roll over that pressure switch, which requires something to be sitting on top of it in order to function, so that we can access the key, and then, in turn, access the exit. So as you can see, pretty basic early on levels. Not too much to worry about here, nothing too difficult. And this is the first choice, this is the first chance, sorry, where you're going to be able to rescue one of these sheep spirits. You hit that thing, listen to a little bit of dialogue here, or read a little bit of dialogue, I should say. There's no real text or anything like, or no real voice acting or anything like that. He releases the spirit, which then you can go and collect by collecting your mouse friend to open up the way to it, and that brings you into the spine of the stronghold. Which, now that we have access to this, which I just showed a little while ago to demonstrate how you can either proceed upward, because at this point we actually don't need any more animal spirits to go onward, or we can proceed over to the forest, which I forgot the name of. The Woods of Duplicity. I was hoping to come across a level sometime soon where we can showcase one of the mouse's other abilities, but so far I'm not seeing that. Ah, yes. I remember now. We need to get him down here the same time that that guy down there is facing towards him, so he'll take a shot. Blow up those explosive crates. Yeah, the glowing things are explosive. I guess they just have to be hit by something dangerous like these guys in order to go off. Also, the wood burns and the fire spreads through the wood, so that's often a puzzle mechanic that is included in these progression of levels. Now, I just wish I could remember how to get past this guy without getting killed. Oh, you know what? Probably got to release the mouse over here and let him hit that switch for us. Yeah, and that opens up the way for us easily. I'll complete one more stage for you guys, and then I'm going to call it a video. A, because I feel like I'm not delivering my best commentary here, and B, oh yeah, that wasn't the way we do that. Also, it's worth mentioning that in the case of some levels, such as this one in fact, it is possible to screw up the level beyond all completability whatsoever. And in that case, you can hit the start button and select restart level in order to go back and do it all again. Fortunately, I did manage to get out of there before the rock fell and blocked my path from either getting the key or getting back out from where we got the key, and therefore I didn't have to restart this level this time. But the first couple tries, it took me a little while to figure out what I was supposed to do in that level. You just have to move through it quickly enough and know where you're going and know where the rocks are going to fall ahead of time. Otherwise, you're going to get stuck. So I guess we're not going to have a level where we show off any of the rat's abilities, but one of them includes switching places with the goat, which is pretty useful. The other one involves making him jump back and forth between either left and right platforms or up and down platforms, which is useful in a lot of cases and leads to a really interesting puzzle later on where you have these platforms that appear and disappear based on which switches you're standing on, and you have to make your mouse get all the way around the level, all the way over to this switch or something that he has to hit. It's pretty crazy. It took me a few tries, even though I knew exactly what to do. It took me a few tries to figure out exactly how to pull it off without royally screwing up. But anyway, that has been Scapegoat 2. If this looks interesting to you guys after completing these first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I guess, levels, not counting the little hub world areas and this one that I haven't completed yet, then I would highly recommend picking it up because the puzzles only get more complex and more advanced from this point on. And if that interests you, I would definitely say this is something worth your time and worth the, I think, $10 price tag on Steam. Even if you don't pick it up for that much, if you see it on sale sometime, I would definitely pick it up and give it a try. Anyway, this has been the Carlz0r. This has been Scapegoat 2. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.